Afternoon everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to do your card for today. We're using the black and white Faulkner Tarot deck as usual, and I'm going to just have a little shuffle and put the card down for you so that we can see what's in store for us today. A little bit late in the day. This will last for 24 hours though, so it will kind of cover you into tomorrow as well. Kind of do this at this time because then if people are in the USA, it kind of works for them too. So I'm just going to pop down a card and have a little look and see what we've got. Okay, interesting card. We've got the Chariot card. The Chariot card's one of the major arcana, so it's one of the big cards in the deck. And the Chariot card talks about lots of different energy. It talks about fast moving energy, going forwards, kind of motoring on. It also can refer to slight conflicts, and it just depends which aspect of the card I'm drawn to as to what that energy is. And like for today, I feel like it is about moving ahead and moving on. I kind of feel like we're on a Monday. Monday's not always an easy energy for a lot of us. You know, it can be difficult to get going again after you've had a nice weekend off. But the Chariot card is saying to you, in this instance, the road ahead is clear. So be prepared to kind of put your foot on the accelerator and go forwards. The Chariot card also is very much about driving your own path. So I think I've said this before, but I kind of feel drawn to say it again. Would you get in your car and let somebody else hold the steering wheel? No, absolutely probably wouldn't. Why would you do that with your life is what my guide is saying at the moment. Don't allow other people to steer your path. Be prepared to take hold of the steering wheel and forge your own path. I want to say today is very much about there'll be opportunities to move forward. And sometimes we get an opportunity to move forward which doesn't look like an opportunity to move forward. And it's sometimes difficult to kind of accept something needs to end so that something else can come in. And we judge ourselves by that sometimes as being a failure or success. Doesn't necessarily have to be either. It was just something that served a purpose and that purpose is no longer there, or it's ceased to serve that purpose adequately, or the energy of it is kind of blocking you from something else that's going on. So it's kind of an interesting energy actually. It's quite relevant for me at the moment, so definitely I feel like that's kind of the start of my week. All I would say to you is sometimes we just have to kind of almost just decide that we're going to press on and go in the direction that is meant for us. It's really important. It's like having a balance, not just kind of allowing yourself to float along, but to steer yourself in the direction that you want to go in. So taking control. Sometimes that means something has to end, and you have to be ready to shoot off in a different direction to the one that you'd planned. But you're still kind of in control of that. That energy is within your control. How you approach that's within your control. You know, whether you choose to, you know, be grumpy about something that's gone, or whether you decide to just think, hey ho, move on. Not always easy, but I think the trick is not to judge yourself or the situation. Just to allow it to be what it is, and then be ready to get in and drive your car in the direction you want to go. I'm just going to pop down a card from the Energy Oracle card. Now this card is talking about this is sort of the equivalent to what would be the Justice card in the tarot. But it's a card of contract. It is a card of balance. You can see they have the weighing scales there. It's interesting because this can be about that as well. And I just feel like the energy for today is moving forward and going in the direction that you want to. Being able to accept that sometimes something has to end, but that there are other things coming in replace of it. And maybe that's in the form of a contract. There seems to be an energy around I want to be moving forward. I want to be doing something slightly different, or you know, just something that's not the status quo. I feel like there's some change happening around people this week. The contract card is really interesting, and I would say that the best thing to do is to be balanced in your approach. There may be an injustice around you, or there may be a situation where you are able to get justice for something that you haven't felt like you've had justice for. It is about balance. I kind of feel like, because we've got the Chariot card in there, I feel like there is progress as a result of what happens today. So I'm going to leave that with you as an energy, because that's how it feels to me. That feels like it's complete when I speak to you. There is progress as a result of today's actions that result in a better balance and something that is more worthy of your time than what is being let go. So I'm going to kind of leave that with you as an energy for today. Hope that makes a bit of sense. It kind of makes sense to me, and I almost feel like I'm kind of working through some of my own stuff. So I'm really sorry to kind of monopolise the card of today. It's a really valid energy for me, and I really understand it. I hope that you do too. I hope that means something to you. I just feel like there's an overall energy today of needing to move forward. And don't be held back by stuff that's around you that's not really brilliant. Be prepared to let it go if you need to. And I will leave that with you. And I'll speak to you again tomorrow.